Whether or not the attack on a London synagogue earlier this week was motivated by anti-Semitism for the Richard family, it doesn't make a difference anymore. After years of dreaming about it, they left the UK and landed in Israel to start a new life. Thought anti-Semitism wasn't the reason for their living. They have clear views on the sharp rise of extremist sentiment. Shachar Peled has more.
The atmosphere in the arrivals hall of Ben Gurion Airport was one excited anticipation, and it eventually exploded into song, dance and laughter. Lance and Deborah Richard finally landed in Israel with their 4 sons, and the whole family rejoiced.
I think the great thing is just coming to Israel, which is really home from home, and also just having the family here, which is amazing.
Leaving behind their suburban house in Hertfordshire on the outskirts of London was actually a relatively easy decision for the Richards.
It's always been a dream for me to live in Israel, I think. But yeah, I think I'm the proverbial wandering Jew. So going from South Africa to the UK. And then, as Deborah said, the opportunity finally came to move to Israel.
Lance and Deborah moved to Israel because of a job opportunity and to be close to family. But in recent months, Jewish families have been considering to leave the UK because of the rise in anti-Semitism. Daniel Finkelstein, Deborah's brother, recalls feeling uncomfortable in Manchester.
Certainly there was a feeling of being scared on the bus, being scared on the street, even though nothing much happened. But no, what I hear now from my friends and our friends that are still there, it's a very different situation. They feel a lot more worried, a lot more scared to let out their kids onto the street.
No justice!
Fueled by the conflict in Israel and Gaza, 1,168 anti-Semitic incidents were reported in the UK during 2014, more than double than in 2013, and the highest annual total since records began.
It was really shocking how the anti-Israel, anti-Jewish sentiment came out at that time in terms of all these mass protests and groups like that.
What did you feel over the summer back in
I wanted to be here.
Yeah.
That was the start. We came just at the very end. I think my brother's in the army, he's a tank mechanic. It was horrible. It was horrible being there.
Unfortunately, there's always going to be some form of anti-Semitism. And it just takes, unfortunately, a Gaza war, something of that nature, to just bring that to the fore.
Other than a distant incident in which a stone was thrown through their window, the Richards look back at their life in the UK fondly and are also certain the British government is strongly committed to combating anti-Semitism. But at the same time, they view the future with a relative unease.
I think what's happening in Europe is really concerning, especially what's happening in France. One has to think, unfortunately, it's just a matter of time until something catastrophic like that happens in the UK.